Shalom, everybody. It's a beautiful day. It's like Be'omer. And for this reason, I would like to review with you in different angle of what Rav Armoni has taught us in the last session. I'm only going to cover two major points. Number one, Harav very delicately has let us know that if you want to be a healer, you need to learn how to heal yourself first. If you are not able to heal yourself, certainly you cannot be a cause or effective to heal someone else if you don't have the power to heal yourself. So first you have to start with yourself, and this is extremely important. We cannot ignore. Everybody thinks that I'm healed. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. I don't have, Baruch Hashem, no more pain. I don't have no worries. Is that possible, a man to be with no worries? A man cannot be alive and not have desires. And as long as you have desires, you have lacks, and you always need in a state of hoping, living. Any case, that's number one. Number two, Rav taught us how to be the chariot of, started to teach us how to be the chariot of Olam Atzilut. And last night we explained we can be chariot of four olamot. Olam Asiyah, Olam Yetzirah, Olam Bria, Olam Asiyah. Now what it is to be chariot? Now chariot, Abraham, we say, was chariot of energy of Chesed. Yitzchak Gevurah. Tiferet, Yaakov. At the same time, we understand that the chariot called Abraham, he was the chariot of a Chesed, and for that reason he was able to rectify the nefesh of Adam. So if you want to see how to be a chariot to rectify, cleanse your nefesh, you got to be Abraham. And for Ruach, you have to be Yitzchak. And for your neshama, you got to understand how to be Yaakov Yosef. So by starting the teaching us how to really be a chariot of Olam Atzilut, which is Olam Machshava, which is Olam Tikkun, you have to be able to be part of this Olam called Olam Tikkun, called Machshava. You got to know the Machshava. You have to know the purpose of what the Ma'atzel, the Creator, has what image of you. It's very simple. When you were created, certainly Hashem has seen an image. And you want to be that image. So, Arav explained that the first word is Keter. And Keter is seed, is a seed. How far can a seed go? A seed can go as far as create million trees, infinite trees, in one seed. I mean, in reality. So Rav said seed is kind of an energy that has everything in it. In this category, there is nothing missing. Everything is in it. And Rav brought our attention to the nikud of the Shem Yud Hei Vav Hei, which is the Keter, which is Kametz. Kametz, in the names of Kedusha, Harav Armoni has taught us that is Yachid Gael Amcha Penei Zochre Kedushatecha. That's the Yesod of Anna Bekoach. It becomes Kametz. That's Kametz, equal to Kametz. Now, how did Kametz came about? Rav said that there is a kav, and the kav is Vav Ketzavot, 6 energies of Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod. 6 energy makes one kav. And there is a point under the kav. Last night we learned the secret of Aleph, which was produced by Tzimtzum Bet. And we said, like our teeth, there are 16 teeth above, so there is a Yud and a Vav, 16, and a Yud and a Vav below, 16 below. Together is 32. And we said this is equal to 32 Lamed Bet Netivot of Chokhmah. But the 16 up, we don't see. What is the one, the Yud and the Vav that is up to make Aleph? Because Aleph is the Tikkun. It's a part of a Tikkun. It's a Tzimtzum Bet. It's Mituk Dinim. It's Aliyad Man. It's cleansing. It's Teshuvah. It's all these things. Now, so we only know the Kav and the Nekuda below. The below, the 16 below and the 16 above, that's why Arya Kadosh has taught us whenever we eat and we chew, our Kavanah is on El, Aleph Lamed, El, on Aleph. Because really, we are doing the action by closing our teeth together and chewing. We are producing the 32 Lamed Bet of Netivot of Chokhmah of what we are swallowing. Now, let's continue understanding this Nekuda that was first on top of Vav, and it became below of the Vav. The top below is Eretz Elyon, Olam Atzilut. The Yud that is below is Olam Tachton. That is Maim Elyonim and Maim Tachtonim. It's shown in Aleph. In the 4 Partzufei Adam Kadmon, Ein Bet, Yud Vav Daled, Hey Yud Vav, Hey Yud. That's what we have in the Kavanot. That's Ein Bet, Partzuf Ein Bet. You don't find Aleph. You find only Yud. So that means this only Tzimtzum Aleph applies to the Partzuf of Chokhmah. Because what is the Nekudaim say, the central issue? No rason lekabel la'atzmi. That means not to receive. Not, don't want to be lekabel al menat lekabel. I want to lekabel, to receive, al menat lahashpia. L'shem yichud kedisha berichu. That's the only reason I want to receive. Otherwise, I don't want to receive. That's the whole deal. So, and then Rav has taught us that there is a world called the world of subconsciousness. And then there is the world of consciousness. Rav explained that the Abba ve'Ima are the world of subconsciousness. That's why from the point that your Zera starts, your really world of subconscious starts to be built. That means a year before your father and mother getting married, really they're being just preparing a consciousness of you. And that's considered the subconscious of you. When they get married, they really start building your subconscious. And when you are in the womb of your mother, you are again completing your subconscious. And the next 9 years, Rav explained to us that when we are born, it's really bringing all that subconsciousness into this world. But then we forget a lot. As a matter of fact, Rav explained that all the Torah we learn, we need to learn in our lifetime. We learn it in the womb of the mother. And when we come out, the angel just knocks it out of us and we forget. So there is a whole lot of information is in my subconscious. And where are my subconscious? Abba ve'ima. Now, understanding this part, Harav Ashlag, Zichrono Lebracha, in regards to the Etz Chaim, explains the following: Shebeyut Sefirot shebekav Yosher. Kav is made of 2 points, a beginning and an end. And we know in geometry the distance between 2 points is a kav. So kav has at least 2 points, the beginning and the end. So what we are connected to, we said the igulim are connected, they're a kav. What is the energy of the light of the kav? Is ruach. What is the energy of nefesh? Is igul. And what is the energy of neshama? Is igul. So kav connects the igul of neshama to igul of nefesh. Derech kav, ruach, neshama is igul, hey rishona, and nefesh is hey acharona, and they are connected by ruach called kav. Now, in the world of Sag, Adam Kadmon, Bina, the Partzuf of Nekudim was created. That means Bina of Ensof, I wouldn't say Ensof, Bina of Adam Kadmon, realized in order to achieve the goal of Ensof, all the nekudot in the halal has to be cleared, to be understood. All the dinim have to be, in simple language, to be mitukt, because when Hashem made the Tzimtzum Aleph, created the halal. And the Or Choser, we realized, is create dinim. And the halal was full of dinim. Because light was left. And left igulim. And then when the Kav the Kav brought the new energy, derech Kav into igulim. So in order to make the nekudot, Sag created 9 nekudot. And we have in Lashon HaKodesh 9 nekudot. Those 9 nekudot are divided in 3 kinds. Nekudot that are above the letters, nekudot that are below the letters, the one that is above the letters like Cholem, the one that is below the letter is like Chirik, and the one that is in the middle of the letter is called Shruk. They have 3 types of nekudot. Above, middle, and the below of the letters. The one that is below above, that means it hasn't come to the vessel. It's outside of the consciousness. Where is it? In the subconsciousness. That's why his name is Cholem. Cholem is the same letters as Chalom. Rav Armoni taught us that the best place to tap into our subconscious is when we are sleeping. That means your neshama and your ruach has left you. You are in a state of sleep, but you are aware, but not in between. That's where you can, is the best opportunity for you to tap into your subconscious, which is everything that you need from the beginning. And that's why it's so important, the Shema before the Mitah, is to prepare yourself. And we're going to understand one thing. In all the lessons that Rav has taught us up till now, I came to one understanding. One thing became very clear for me. How to open a window of opportunity for myself. Why do we say window of opportunity? Why window? Out of everything in the world, we use the word window of opportunity. Every one of us, we know what's the window of opportunity. But how can I create for myself a window of opportunity? Because window of opportunity brings me chidush, brings me newness. For this reason, I would like you to understand, first the word cholem. Cholem is the same word as halom, sleeping. So now I am starting to understand the Kabbalah into my real world. And here it says, Ari HaKadosh, V'hu ki be'igul ha'keter. Since keter is igul, that means has infinite possibilities. I am right on top of the page Nun Bet. Right, but don't worry. That's number one. That's the first book. So it says, "V'hu kebe'igul haketer hanikra ari champin," and Rav called this Yud Hei Vav Hei ari champin, the keter of Olam Atzilut, the keter of Olam Atzilut, Olam Atikun. The olam that is part of my tikkun. Ari champin, acharei hatikun, after a tikkun, yesh nekev echad v'chalon. There is nekev. Nekev means hole, like nukva. There is a nekev, and there is a chalon. Chalon is a window. The possibility of the chalon is to give you the possibility of bringing light into your home. But sometimes too much light is no good. You cannot handle it, so you put a curtain. And you put the curtain in order to control how much light to come in. Correct? Now, so Rabbi says that Ari Champin, after it made this tikkun, he made a chalon. He made an opening. Betzad hayamin shelod, and on the right side of Keter. Since Ari Champin is a Keter, on the right side, I want you to visualize on the right side of the Keter of Igul, since Ari Champin is an Igul, on his right side, Misham Yored Or Arich El Igul Abba. Abba is in the Keter too. Abba is Igul as well. So Ari Champin opens a window on his right side, and he gives light in lights Abba. I have to know, because there are three partners in my existence. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Abba ve'Ima. So where did my Abba get the energy? He got it from the right side of the Ari Champin. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave him on his right side an energy to pass on from a window that Ari Champin created. And he created another window on the left side, Ari Champin, and he gave that light, but he gave the light to Abba to give to Ima. The light that the Abba gives to, the Arichampin gives to Ima through the left window of Arichampin goes through Abba, but it's not for Abba. It's for Ima. Now, just I want you to remember those things. So Abba ve'Ima, Abba gets from the right side of the Arichampin derech Chalon. Chalon is Cholem plus Eser Sefirot. Becomes Chalon. It's Cholem, same letters, Cholem plus Eser Sefirot. Becomes Chalon. Chalon is a window. That's why I call it window of opportunity. It's the light. When you open it, a light comes in. Where is this window? Is in the Keter. Abba gets it from the right side. Ima gets it from the left side through Abba. And if we look at what gave us Arav, how to be chariot of Olam Atzilut, the Keter has the Kametz, which we're going to learn. But on the right side of Keter is Ein. Ein is your window. It's the window of your heart. That's how you see everything. That's the window of your life. And you have the right side and the left side. And who really lets me see? My eyes transfers information upside down, and my brain, my moach, corrects it and allows me to see. So it's really the window. What I look at, what I see, what I witness.
So the left and right of Arichampin are connected, obviously, because both of them have to go through Abba.
Exactly.
So how are they the same? I cannot see the picture. I understand what you're saying. I cannot see the picture.
All of them are, if you see, Ein is 130. Ein is 70, Yud is 80, and Nun 130. 130 is 5 times Hovaya. So therefore, you need 5 times Hovaya Milui. What is the Milui? What is the word Milui? Rav explained the word Milim. It starts with Mem, finishes with Mem Sofit, it starts with Mem Katan, then finishes with the Mem Gadol, and in between of Milim is Yud, Lamed Yud, the Shem 72 names. That means Milim are the vessels for you, La'alot, to give Aliyah to Nitzutzim. Those are the word of Milim. Now, Miluim is you add to the Milim a letter of Vav, Ot Emet. That's Milui. When you take words and you complete the what is Chisaron to the name. That's the Milui. Example. Milui of Mem Hey is Yud Vav Dalet Hey Aleph Vav Aleph Vav Hey Aleph. Numerical value Mem Hey 45. If you take the Pashut, name of Pashut, Yud Hey, out of the 45, the remain is the Milui. And who is the Milui? Chava. Nukva.
Okay.
Nukva. So you have a Chalon and you have a Nukva. Here we go again. Nekev v'chalon. It's not enough chalon. You need a nekev. You need nukva here. Otherwise, if you don't have the nukva, you don't have the kli, you don't have to, you can't receive anything. You need a man. That's why Rav said a man without a wife is not worth anything.
So milui, what do you call them when
So the milui is like Chava. Chava, as the Chava was to the Adam, is the milui, is the dinim that you have to mituk.
when you write nun, when you say nun and you write nun vav nun, isn't that also called a milui?
No, that's called kav. That's milui of nun, which is a kav. That's why 106 is a kav. That's true. That's the completing. Whenever you fill it up, that means you fill it up what it is lack, and the lack is dinim.
In that example, it's Vav Nun.
It's in that example, bravo, Vav Nun. That's why 5 times Vav Nun is Manspach. 5 times Vav Nun is Manspach. It's a totality of Dinim Sofim.
But not everywhere you could inject the vav, can you?
Anyway, wherever the Torah, when you say Miluim, then I immediately say, yes, I have the word of Milim, but plus a Vav, which is the Otemet. And the Tikkun of everything is the Otemet. So that's called Miluim. So therefore, if there is a 5 Hovaya, the Ein Yamin, now I have a right window is for Abba, and the left window is for Ima. But it comes to Ima through Abba. And those are my windows. And there are windows. But when I get to Shema Israel, I'll close it. Why? Because I want the light to connect to the light of Havdalah. I look at the light of Havdalah on my nail, which is Israel Sabbat Evuna. That light, in order to see that light again, because every time I say Shema Israel, I am talking to Israel Sabbat Evuna. So therefore, when I say Shema Israel, I don't look at the light of a normal light. I am looking at the light of Havdalah. Light of Israel Sabbat V'Tevuna. And that's why I close this light. And how I close it by Shin Daled Yud. And we explain Shin Daled Yud is
12 times.
Alachson. All the limitations you need really to define a wisdom. And that's why we call it window of opportunity. Because every time that you say Shema Israel, you bring yourself a chidush. Every time. Because you tap into the Nun Sha'arei Binah, that's your subconsciousness, Abba ve'ima. Because the zivug of first Adonai is Abba. Eloheinu is Ima. The Yud-Hei, the second Yud-Hei is the Dat. Hakol echad. Hakol echad. Now, let's read Cholem. That makes us a very, very good understanding of how you can bring from the world that is concealed to you into revelation. And you have to be conscious. And you have to be a chariot. When you become a chariot, do I become really the chariot? But that's a kavanah that Rashash has given us, as Rav explained. To put my spirit, my neshama, into such a covering, such a libush. To be able to be a part, that Adam that can enter into the realm of Atzilut and connect to Arichampin. Cholem. Harav explains what Cholem it is. What is Cholem? נקודה מרות בעיקר על הערת הזיווג היוצא בכוח החיבור ההי ראשונה בהי תחתונה. How Cholem it becomes into existence. How can I really honestly open a window of opportunity for myself? He says, when the Hei Tachtona, which is the Gul, joins the Hei Rishona, which is the Gul of Rachamim. That means Din connects to Rachamim. That means Shituf of Din with Rachamim. What is the name of when we make a Shituf of Din with Rachamim? What is this Aliyad Man all about? One thing. The whole Mituk Dinim, the whole Tikkun, everything that we have learned is based on Teshuvah. When Malchut Ole Lebina, that means you go into that subconsciousness, that how you can get rid of what is negative within you, that's healing. And take it out, because that's your enemy. That's the enemy. The enemy is inside. That attracts the enemy from outside. The enemy outside appears when the enemy inside awakens within you. You attract. Similarity attracts. So, window of opportunity starts with Teshuvah, with all sincerity, because the whole goal of creation is you to make a better person out of yourself. And if something is wrong, rectify yourself, correct yourself. Don't be afraid. Change. Because the system requires you to change on daily basis. Deduct something bad from you, add something good instead. And then Rav has explained so beautifully to me personally. Hey, don't take the big steps. Take small step at a time. Laat, laat. So the first sentence Rav explained, Hazivug yatse bekoach. That's what you get koach.
You are in the book too?
I am in the book 2 now, page 465.
Sign.
Mine is 465.
Correct.
Section Zain, right, פרק זין. נקודות מורות בעיקר על הערת הזיווג היוצא בכוח החיבור. That means every time you honestly go into make honest, sincere teshuvah, you're going to get koach. It's impossible not to get the koach. As soon as you find, you realize, you expose, as Rav says, that what is negative in you. And one should be chazak ve'ematz, to be able to look at himself. Because if you are not strong, you certainly cannot talk to person who wants help. You don't have the strength. If you have the strength to deal with yourself, you can deal with everybody. But if there is a fear in you, you won't make it. So here it is, בכוח החיבור ההי תתה בהי ראשונה, שהן מכונה בשם נקודות. That means you point by point you cleanse yourself. You cannot cleanse yourself in totality. You cannot say overnight I want to become a tzaddik. It takes point by point. And you got to go through points. And they are asara amokot. That means there is 10 bear. How do we call bear? Cha.
Well.
Veil.
Well.
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 That is very deep. in you. And you don't know how much things is hidden. Coming all the way from Cain and Hevel and your great-great-grandmother and grandfather and 1,000 mothers and fathers that you have had, finally the production is you. That has to consider all of them. ויש בזה ג' בחינות. In this, when it goes, hey מלכות עולה לנקבי עיניים, that means תשובה, that means hey תחתון עולה to hey עליון, to בינה, that means מלכות חוכמה, that means divides חוכמה וכתר from בינה, זעיר אנפין ומלכות. There is a parsana. When Malchut goes up, because Malchut has Masach, divides Galgalta ve'enaim, that means Keter ve'chokhma, and then below it, Bina ze'irampina Malchut. We call it Ozen, Chotem Pe. Ozen is Yud, Chotem is Hey, and Vav is Pe. Now, let's see what Rav says here. Hold on in last statement that I told you, hold on that part. בחינת א', כשהי תעתה היא בכתר דנקודים. That's the first step. Where the keter of nekudim? We learned that when Malchut עולה לנקבי עיניים, that means it goes to Bina, everywhere there is 10 sefirot, Malchut עולה לנקבי עיניים. Correct? So if Malchut עולה לנקבי עיניים, Malchut of Keter as well עולה לנקבי עיניים, to the Bina of Keter. That means Malchut of Arichampin goes to the Bina of Arichampin. Okay? Because we are talking about Keter. That's why he says, Aleph, phase 1, כשהי תעתה היא בכתר לנקודים, מבחינת הי תעתה בעיניים. And it comes עיניים. That's why now there is only or of עיניים. That means now there is 5 hovayot on the right side, 5 hovayot on the left side. You have 10 hovayot. Now imagine, would you like those hovayot to look at anything but Kedusha? Anything but Torah? Because anything those eyes look at, it's going to put an impression in your soul, in your neshama. Anything you put your eyes on. Now, would you like to put it on the letter of Kodesh? Or some other garbage? Because they consist of 10 hovayot. And they are the chalon of your life. That's, Zohar HaKadosh says, the Iver, the one that Chas v'Shalom doesn't have eyes, is kemomet. That's why when you make a teshuvah, Malchut Oleh, there is a Or Einayim. That Or Einayim is supposed to look deep into your heart.
So this is happening every time we do a teshuvah?
Exactly.
So what happens during normal time?
What is normal time?
Right now. I'm not doing teshuvah, I'm learning. Or I'm going outside.
Because I want to make a
around.
teshuvah.
But I'm going outside looking at things.
Because I want to learn how to make a teshuvah, to recognize how important, how beautiful it is. And I am missing a whole lot of things. I am in a state of teshuvah. You are in a state of teshuvah, believe it or not. You are, but you don't recognize it. We are in a state of teshuvah.
So the 5 hovayot are on each eye constantly.
Ein consists of 5 hovayot. You see it here.
Right.
And you have to milui it with ein bet, with chokhmah. He says chokhmah is tzimtzum aleph. That means don't look at anything for Ratzon Lekabel. That's why it's Ein Bet. Because it's a Simsum Aleph on it.
I guess that's why you can close it.
On the eyes. And that's why this the how do you call this, inside the eyes is circle, completely circle, is not ellipse. And it has a central point. That means there is Tzimtzum Aleph on it. That means no Ratzon Lekabel La'atzmi. The eye, anything you look at as the Ratzon Lekabel La'atzmi is going to damage your soul. I couldn't have explained it more than this.
Wow.
Now,
So constantly, I guess.
so it
So
says,
after Adam Melamed,
yes, sir.
right after before the Havdalah, when we say the Baruch of the Ha'esh, that the light of this
Me'orei ha'esh.
Right. Okay. But okay, that time is where the teshuvah really starts.
That gives me the light for me to be able to make a teshuvah, to see deep into my subconscious. That what are my responsibilities? What am I came here for? Where I am? Where am I going? If I don't have the light of the truth, what? Do I see it with my eyes? My eyes doesn't see more than what's here. That's it. 20 meters. I want to see all my life from where I started to this. I need to know.
So but this basically starts the whole cycle.
Of course.
Right after.
It's a chidush. Every time.
Okay.
Now, he says, יש בזה אחד שהוא נקודים מבחינת ה' תתה בעיניים. He says this is the concept of when Hey is in the Naim. That means you are looking with the eyes, let's call it third eyes, to open for opportunity. And that moment, Hey be'enaim, be'yud, Hey vav, be'ozen, chotem pe. Yud, Hey vav, Hey, tachton, is all the way up to the bina of Keter. That's why Yud, Hey, Vav is below, is the Keter, in the Kots. The Keter is the Kots, Atika. Because Arichampin starts from there, from the Kots. And the Mibina is there, so Yud, Hey, Vav, they drop down to Ozen, Chotempe. ואז נקרא חולם. And where is the Malchut? A Nekuda is on top of the Yud Hey Vav.
So the Kotz stays there and becomes Cholam then.
The Kotz is Keter and Chochmah. The Kotz has the Cholem.
Okay, so that
Yeah,
becomes
it
Cholam.
comes from Cholem. It's not why you are not privy to it, because Malchut Allah lenikbei enaim in the Keter and doesn't allow you to see. The only thing that gives you a light of Atika for you to see. So is this called Nekuda Cholem? שהוא ממעל על האותיות. That is on top of the אותיות. י' ה' ו'. כי אור הכתר אינו מושפע אל החוכמה בינה בבחינת היתתה. When the hay goes to נקבי עיניים, בינה, זעירנפין, מלכות, they don't get anything from מלכות. Because מלכות is above them. And it doesn't comes down, it goes up. So it says, אלא שמבחינת ה' ראשונה לבד. Right now, who is active? The light comes from ה' ראשונה, from Bina. Which Bina? Bina of Keter. Bet. That's section number 1. Section number 2. In reality, what Rav is teaching us that Keter has two parts. It's divided to two parts. One part is Cholem, and one part is Kametz. Both of them are considered Keter. How something that is Cholem, that means above the Kli, that means it's not in the Kli, that means it's not in my consciousness, comes below the Kli and then goes inside the Kli. Because when the Yud is inside the Kli, then the light has been digested, is inside. As long as it is outside me, above me, or below me, it's not inside me. So I gotta bring it inside me. In order to bring it inside me, I bring it from the top to below, and from below I bring it inside. Please learn only the way we say. And the Torah says like this, בסוד נקודה שמתחת האותיות, יוד ה' ו'. That means first, when it is Cholem, it is Yud Hei Vav. The Cholem is on top of Yud Hei Vav. After that, it comes below Yud Hei Vav. After what? What happens that it comes below the Yud Hei Vav? Shehen HaKeilim Shel Chokhmah Bina. Those are the Keilim of Chokhmah Bina. Because, by the way, Yud Hei Vav is my Tzelem. That's why Milu of Yud Hei Vav is Tal. Yud Hei Vav is the Tzelem Elokim, and the Hei is the Mut of Elokim. So that's how you bring Mochin from Tzelem into Zeir Anpin. So he says, שהן הכלים של חוכמה בינה, וזהו על ידי זיווג העליון של עין בית וסג. Because I made aliyad man, that means malchut עלה לנקבי עיניים, I made teshuvah, and teshuvah means aliyad man. Why aliyad man? Why teshuvah is aliyad man? Because I have rectified a pagam. I released a nitzutz and installed something good. That's aliyad man. As soon as we do aliyad man, we said Abba Ve'ima. Who is the Abba Ve'ima of Abba Ve'ima Elyon? Ein Bet v'Sag. Ein Bet is Chokhmah, Sag is Bina. They make a zivug. As soon as they make the zivug, they bring the Hei Tata, which is in the Nikvei Enaim, back into the pay. Follow. Because of the teshuvah, you get the power, the system, the sag ein bet, and bring the hay that was in your eyes into the pay.
Which is Shabbat.
Now you have window of opportunity. Whatever you say can make a kli for you. This is the moment, because your peh now is Bechina Dalet. It can create a clear Ratzon Lekabel. That is the beauty of it. The eyes, the light in the eye open the wind opportunity for you. That is the beauty of wealth we have. And we don't go after it. Because at first it's difficult. But then it becomes part of your nature. And then you realize what is oneg. What is a spiritual pleasure? That never the physical world can equate it. So here we continue. He says, because of the action of my teshuvah, Ein Bet Sag, they create a tipa that forces the hay that went into the nikbei enaim goes to the pay. That's why when I go to Yom Kippur, what did I say? Whatever it comes to my pay, The only thing that I have is what comes out of my peh. Avinu Malkeinu. Because now the peh, after such a teshuvah, the peh has the quality of producing a real kli of Kabbalah. For what? For shefa. For shefa, for healing, for everything. ומוריד את ההי תתה מעיניים אל הפה בסוד קמץ. When it comes to the peh, it was cholem. It comes down the letters, it becomes into the peh. It becomes kametz. That's the keter. That's why your mouth is the keter of your body. This mouth is the keter of your body. That's the kametz. It starts from here. There is a kav, and there is a yud below it. Yachid gael la'amcha penei zochre kedushatecha. That's the secret of this name. Because that's the moment that I say, kametz I have, that's the moment that I am in the yesod of keter. Yesod of keter. Chasin, kadosh, chet, ke. Chasin, kadosh, berov, tuvcha, her, yachadecha. Okay, now. Vehei tatan is the weg be'akametz, and that's in the kametz, there is a zivuk, שהוא בחינת יסוד דקטר. יסוד דקטר. Now you know where is the יסוד of keter of the rampin when you say the ana bekoch. Because the next one is the malchut, kolel of kolel. Because yesod is kolel, malchut is kolel of kolel. So when you say shavatenu kabel shma seketenu yudad, you take the yesod and everybody else. V'hayut hei vav ein la adayin meharad hei. Adayin in the kametz, he didn't get the hei yet. The hei is, came down, but he doesn't have it yet. That's the phase 3. היא בסוד נקודה שבתוך האותיות. After it went below, now it has to go inside the kli. Where the kli is made? In the body. Now it's on top, as a keter. Now you have to force this yud, which is chokhmah, which is one sephirah, as Rav taught us to make it, add 9 sephirot to it. Where? In my body. My body has 9 sephirot, and the malchut is in the tabur. That's where I make the kli gamur. That means final kli, not final kli, kli gamur, complete. The final kli is at the bottom of your feet. You have 3 types of malchut. Malchut of mizdaveget, malchut of gamur, ומסיימת at the end. ג' היא בסוד הנקודה שבתוך האותיות דיוד ה' ו', שזה על ידי הערת היסוד האדם קדמון. You remember when we studied that after the hay comes down, still the Bichinat Dalet is not there. Only Reshima of Bichinat Bet has been completed. Now Yesod of Adam Kadmon comes and makes a zivug. That means gives the Reshima of Bichinat Dalet. You remember the Parsuf of Nekudim? We had 2 Reshimot. Reshimot of Bichinat Bet, Bichinat Dalet. Now the phase 3 is when Yesod of Adam Kadmon needs He'ara to Abba ve'ima, Now Abba ve'ima can produce Zayin Tachtonim. Now they can produce and clarify the Zayin Keilim that they were all broken. Now, and that is the whole secret of the Keter. That from Cholem, the world of unknown, the world of concealment, comes in the world of revelation. And those are the Nekudot. This is the technique. This is the time. Now, Baruch Hashem, Chachamim has given us the tool, and the Torah has given us the understanding and the tool of Shema Israel. That means I can tap to Nun Sha'arei Bina. That means tap into my subconscious. Whatever I need in this world to correct is already in me. It's not something outside of me. I don't have to go for my teshuvah to Shamayim. It says as close as your peh. The Torah says. It says the teshuvah is as close as your peh. Your answers, your what you need is so close to your peh. That's the teshuvah. That's the power of teshuvah. That a person, when you walk the Shem HaKadosh Yud Heh Vav Heh in front of you, it's Tamid or Tamid. What is or Tamid? That means Yud Heh Vav Heh is in front of me at all time. What that means? That means Keter is in front of me at all times. What that means? That means Teshuvah. Every aspect of me is a Teshuvah. Every part of my body needs to make a Teshuvah. But unfortunately, we think Teshuvah is what we have seen in the outside world as we see other nations think of Teshuvah. Teshuvah is a secret of continuity, rejuvenation, making better of yourself. You don't do Teshuvah for sake of Hashem. You do Teshuvah for your own sake.
Can we summarize
Yes.
during the week basically what happens? The Cholem, we get a Cholem on
Every day I get the Cholem is the Rachel
every
that
time
I
in the
bring
morning.
from
That's the Hara that comes in
a Vav and a Yud.
through the Tefillin,
A Kav and a Nekuda. First is a Cholem,
right?
and then as soon as I make a Teshuvah, I get a Cholem. Then, because of I made the Teshuvah, second phase is Ein Bet Vesag, they make a Zivug and bring the Cholem and they make it Kametz.
That's in Shema.
That's the second part.
Right.
Now, not yet. Now, still, I don't have any, the hay still is missing. The hay hasn't affected yet. That's why there has to be the zivug of Ein Bet Yesod of Abba. I'm sorry, Yesod of Adam Kadmon. The Bechina Dalet.
Right.
With to give the Abba Ve'ima, the Vav and Yud. That's because of the Vav and Yud that he gets from the Yesod of Adam Kadmon. The Abba Ve'ima now are enticed to build the Zayin Tachtonim.
Okay, so when is this happening though? The
Shema
process.
Israel. I complete this. Shema Israel, I am in a Kodesh Kodeshim. That means I am just about closest to Atzilut. When I say the Shema Israel, I have made the Aliyad Man already. Because Shema Israel is the moment that I make the Aliyad Man. When I made the Aliyad Man, when I get all these things, when the Zivug is made, now I have a Bechina Dalet, I say Adonai. I don't say Hovaya. I say Adonai Sefatai. Tiftacho pi yagid teilatecha. That's when the Zivug of Pei you're going to make.
That's when the Yesod of Adam Kadmon
Bravo!
connects to Abba.
Bravo!
Okay.
That's where your pay is Bechina Dalet. Your pay can create literally everything Zeir Anpin and Malchut needs. That's the 18 brachot.
The first teshuvah depends on the teshuvah you made the day before.
Yeah, that allowed you to send Maim Nukvim up for the night, so you can get a new Rachel through Le'ah, another Rachel, to another drop, another Vav to come down for you to complete that day.
So in essence, the ketz could happen when you do not do Kriyat Shema Lamita, potentially.
You have not honest what you have put yourself since you say Shema Yisrael, you make a teshuvah, so that means your soul goes up with no protection, no teshuvah.
So then you're not.
You are just into the mazal. Your mazal is just working. You are not in control.
Or Zechut Avot.
We lose when we lose the zechut of Hashem. We lose the zechut of Avot too. So I am at the mercy of Shedim. That's why I have bad dreams. That's why I next day I get up in a bad mood and I don't know why I'm in a bad mood. That's why I allowed a shed to come in. I become myself vulnerable.
Or if you don't do Netilat Yadayim right.
All of it, all of whatever you need to know. But again, I love you all. Don't pull the rubber too much. You pull it too much, it's going to break. Slowly. It says the whole system is lad. If you see that you can enhance your activity, your teshuvah, your reading, your understanding, your deeper, that is what is important. Get fanaticism out of your system.
Right.
That Torah, there is no way accepts in any kind fanaticism, any kind.
So the fact that there are no Nikudim in the Sefer Torah.
Why?
Oh, God. This is Lucy.
Why?
Because it's up to us to do the work.
That's right. You put the nikud. You give neshama to it. We did Shevirat Keilim. What Keilim was? All those nitzutzim, all those points, all those neshamot, because each point is a neshama that felt into Kilipa, and those are neshama to complete me. Honestly, everything is in my subconscious that I have to rectify it correct, then I have finished my tikkun. Then I have brought Mashiach for myself.
So Biru Nitzutzim for me as an individual is to be able to do what the Torah tells me to do, because I activate those nikudim that belong to me to bring that portion of it out.
You accept responsibility of what God gave you a responsibility by coming to this world.
So the Ot and the Tagim is the Nekev and the Chalon?
No.
No?
Chalon, what it is, Chalon? No. Again, we study the Chalon. Chalon is the amount of how you make a Chalon, how opening you make is depending to your hishtokikut, your desires, your zest inside. How much you want it? How much light do you want it? You create Or Choser this way, right? The height of Or Choser defines the amount of light you can pull out of the window. Why? Because Or Choser, if it is Bechina Dalet, it goes all the way to Keter. The Or Choser goes to Keter. But if my Aviut is not Bechina Dalet, it's Bechina Bet, it goes only to Bina. That's why when you are in Atzilut, you go all the way to Chokhmah. You go all the way up to Chokhmah Ayin Bet. But when you want to become a chariot of Bria, Your Or Chozer goes only till Bina. It doesn't go to Chokhmah. That's why in Bria, Bina is more important than Chokhmah. And in Atzilut, Chokhmah or Ain is more important. But in Olam Bria, or Ozen is more important. And this is such a wonderful lesson. If you only will understand that Dunyaya Machshava, Dunyaya Atzilut depends on your eyes. If you want to cleanse your thoughts, control your eyes.
True.
If you want to control your heart, your emotions, have an ear to listen. Learn how to listen. Because 99% of us, including myself, we don't listen. We are kashe oref.
Doesn't Nari Akadosh says that if you want to cleanse, is by looking at the light of the Shabbat candles when you say the Kiddush, you cleanse your eyes.
Bravo. Okay.
For the things
Hallelujah.
that you've seen and you're not supposed to see, that cleanses your eyes. That, you see that light, or that what is
So,
that light that's there?
Again, let's repeat it. I understand. Bravo. You got the zest of it. But think about this. Thinking, machshava, atzilut, eye is important. So that means anything goes to your heart, eyes is important. But when you go to emotion, to your heart,
Ears.
ears, you gotta listen. Pharaoh didn't listen to Moshe. He kept on telling him. He didn't listen. He didn't listen. That's why the Torah really comes as if shinantam lebenecha. Shinantam, that means make them to listen.
Listen in.
Make them to understand how to listen. Listening is not simple. It's not, we think that, yeah, are you listening? Yeah, I'm listening. I'm hearing every word you say. No. That's not listening.
That's hearing.
You are hearing me. And within leaving this room, you're going to forget it.
That's when you penetrate, let it penetrate to your heart.
That means keep it. If you don't keep it, you're going to lose it. That tells you, you say Shema Yisrael, don't think your donkey crossed the bridge. It's just the beginning. Keep it. Don't lose it. Don't talk. Don't let your mind go somewhere else. Oh, let me at the meantime check out what kind of a mail I got. You are in the middle of tefillah, you go to your mails. I mean, that's... And then we complain that it doesn't pay to be religious, dati. Because I do all these things when no result. No, you're not doing. Because I don't know where your eyes turn around. Our eyes turn 365 ways, back and forth. Just honestly, check out one day how many things you have looked at. And you think those things, they don't leave any impression on you? Any questions, my dear friends?
Thank you. Give somebody else that does.
Now, when you go through what the Rav has given us, I think the first part of it, up to Da'at Elyon and Da'at Tachton, you understand.
Yeah, I only concentrated on Keter.
Right, because I don't want to go further than where he had gone. And most important, we learn what is to window of opportunity. Any questions? You're all good.
Thank
Tiu
you.
Birim, I see you tomorrow night, Bezrat Hashem, unless you have a questions. Last call. Shalom.
I have one question.
Yeah, Baruch
One question. Define the difference when of this teshuvah that you made us understood through Chol, Kamat, and then Shirut. versus when we go to Shabbat in Keter Yitnu, when the Malchut goes all
No.
the way out.
Shabbat is not matter of nekudot. Shabbat matter of olamot.
Okay.
Olamot is going up. And by already mincha, Asiya, the world of Asiya, is in the Malchut of Atzilut. It doesn't go one shot. No. A slowly through process by mincha of Shabbat, the Asiya, Olam Asiya is in Malchut of Atzilut. Zeirampin, Yetzirah is in the Zeirampin of Atzilut. Biriya is in the Bina of Atzilut. And Atzilut, Malchut is connected to Arichampin. And that's why we get Keter Yitnu in the Musaf. Because now we get Keter. We get from who? From the Bina of Keter.
We get from Bina, and then on the fifth Shema that we say in Musaf, what does that accomplish on that time?
That's the finality that you get the Hey Chasadim Hey Gevurot. You get the Da'at.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Avec plaisir.
As Adon Melamed, as far as you said the chalon and the opportunity, you said the teshuvah of the peh. Did I understand it correctly?
That's correct.
So only the teshuvah of the peh.
No, it's not matter of teshuvah peh. You start the teshuvah with your peh.
It starts.
You have to do it. You have to tell yourself, look, I want to change. I want to be better. If you don't say, I don't want to change and I don't want to be better, you're not going to change.
It's not the machshava, the act.
Oh, no, yeah, everything in machshava is rosy. That's why you say it, so at least you get embarrassed from your own saying.
We want to share with the class.
What are we?
This is in when
We are in the Parashat Toldot, and it says the following: Melech Palestim ba'at hachalon ve'ir'ah hine Yitzchak. So the word chalon, it comes to a Torah, in the Torah.
Yes, of course.
So now what this chalon is the same cholem with Eser Sefirot, with the Yud. So that means every time I really amazed why in English they say window of opportunity. Why not the door of opportunity?
The door is bigger.
Yeah, the door is bigger.
oh, you cannot see through the door. Maybe.
Because
Window
you
of
can cover it.
opportunity.
Because you can cover the
And this comes to Torah. That you open the window. It's your action that causes the opening of the window. You bring the opportunities to yourself. Opportunity is not going to knock at your door.
It's interesting. The wind is your ruach.
There you go. Any other questions?
There's also
Shalom, everybody, and God willing, we see you tomorrow night.
Alon and
Recording
Sis,
stopped.
Sarah.
Thank you.